You are the master of your fate. Let's begin. The man you are today is not your final form. He is only the raw material. He is the first draft. And I will tell you this, the difference between a man who stays a draft and a man who becomes a masterpiece is not more time. It is not more talent. It is a decision. I have seen it 1,000 times. Men and women who had every excuse in the world. No money, no connections, no formal education, and they became masters of their own destiny. Why? Because they made a decision to kill the excuses and to rebuild. They refused to believe that the man they were yesterday had to be the man they were today. This is not a motivational speech. This is a blueprint. This is a formula for a week, a formula so powerful that if you follow it with total commitment for just 7 days, you will not recognize the man in the mirror. You don't need more time. You need a burning desire and a definite plan. I am going to guide you through a 7-day process to break free from self-doubt, build unshakable discipline, and rewire your mind for success. This is definiteness of purpose in action. Success does not wait for the ready. It rewards the relentless. This is the week you rebuild. This is your turning point. Before we begin the 7-day process, there is one crucial step. It is the most important step you will ever take, and it is not an action at all. It is a decision. The man you are today is held back by one thing, and one thing only, an excuse. I have seen them all. I'll start when I have more time. I'm not a morning person. It's too late for me. I need to learn one more thing. These are not reasons. They are lies. They are a self-imposed prison, and you are the only one who holds the key. I once knew a man with a brilliant idea for a new kind of manufacturing process. He had the blueprint, the knowledge, and the connections, but he never started. He had 100 reasons. The market isn't ready. I need to get a loan first. My partners aren't fully on board. The truth was, he was simply afraid to fail, and his fear disguised itself as rational excuses. The day he finally succeeded was not the day he got the loan. It was the day he finally decided to stop making excuses and start. Your first assignment is not to do anything. It is to decide everything. You must decide right now to stop using excuses as a shield against your own potential. Take a moment. Be honest with yourself. Write down one single significant excuse you are currently using to justify your inaction. Put it on a piece of paper. Look at it. See it for what it is, a lie. Then, with a firm and final hand, tear that paper to shreds and throw it away. This is a symbolic act. It is the moment you sever ties with the man you used to be. Do not pass, go. Do not collect $200. Do this first. Now that you have made the decision to stop making excuses, we begin the work. And the work does not start with action. It starts with clarity. Too many people fail because they are working hard, but they are working in a fog. They have a vague idea of what they want, but no definite plan. A wish is not a goal. A wish is a pleasant dream. A goal is a concrete destination with a map drawn out. You cannot build a monument without a blueprint, and you cannot build a new you without a purpose. This is the very essence of my philosophy, definiteness of purpose. It is the starting point of all achievement. It is the single quality that separates a thinker from a doer. Your task for today is simple, but it requires a ruthless honesty. You will define one single measurable goal for this week. Do not write down 10 things. Write down one. This goal must be specific, it must be actionable, and it must be something you can point to on day 7 and say, I did that. Do not write, I will be healthier. Write, I will walk for 30 minutes every day. Do not write, I will be more productive. Write, I will write 5 pages of my book. This one definite goal is your blueprint. It is the anchor that will keep you from drifting. It is the singular target for all your energy and focus. When you have this, you have everything you need to start. Without it, you have nothing but a wish. A master craftsman knows that a sculpture is not just defined by what is added, but by what is carved away. This is the lesson you will learn today. Too many people believe that to be successful, they must constantly add more to their lives. More habits, more knowledge, more responsibilities. They fill their lives with clutter, and then they wonder why they are exhausted. The truth is, your energy is a finite resource. And every minute you spend on a low-value activity is a minute you steal from your definite purpose. Clutter, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, drains your power. Distractions are not just a nuisance, they are attacks on your potential. Your task for today is to practice the elimination mindset. You must ruthlessly identify and remove one low-value activity from your daily life. This isn't about adding a new discipline. It's about subtracting the distraction. Is it mindlessly scrolling through a feed for 30 minutes? Is it watching a show you don't even enjoy out of habit? Is it a constant need to check emails that don't matter? Identify it. Be honest. And then, for the next 5 days, you will stop doing it. Just like a sculptor removes a piece of stone, you will remove this distraction. You will not replace it with another task. You will simply enjoy the extra time and energy you have just reclaimed. This one act of subtraction will give you more power than a dozen new habits. The great empires, the towering successes, were not built in a single day. They were built with a consistent and relentless series of small, definite actions. Discipline is not a gift you are born with. It is a muscle you build. And you build it not by lifting a mountain on the first day, but by lifting a single stone. I saw this in the work of Henry Ford. The genius of his assembly line was not in one big, magnificent invention. It was in the perfection of a million small, repeatable, definite actions. He understood that momentum is built not through heroic efforts, but through a series of guaranteed victories. When you complete a small task, you don't just finish the task, you send a signal to your mind that says, I am a person who takes action. I am a person who follows through. Your task for today is simple, but it is not optional. You will commit to one single 5-minute task that moves you toward your definite purpose for the week. This task must be so small that failure is impossible. Is your goal to write a book? Then your task is to write one single paragraph. Is your goal to build a business? Then your task is to send one single email. The purpose of this exercise is not the outcome of the task itself. It is the feeling of completion. It is the power of forward motion. Complete this small task today, and you will have started a flywheel of momentum that will be nearly impossible to stop. I have observed that a man's future is a direct reflection of his present company. The great men I knew, Carnegie, Ford, Edison, all understood the power of a mastermind alliance. They did not surround themselves with yes men. They surrounded themselves with brilliant minds who challenged them, inspired them, and pushed them to be better. But your inner circle is not just the people you share a room with. It is also the books you read, the content you consume, and the thoughts you allow to take up residence in your mind. Just as you would not let an intruder into your home, you must not let negative or distracting influences into your head. Your mindset is your greatest asset, and you must protect it with fierce intensity. Your task for today is to perform a ruthless inner circle audit. Take a moment and consider the people and the content that you have allowed into your life. Who or what is currently influencing your thoughts and your actions? Are these influences lifting you up, or are they dragging you down? Are they inspiring you toward your definite purpose, or are they feeding your excuses? Your assignment is to make a definitive decision. You must either add a positive, inspiring influence to your life or, more importantly, remove a negative, distracting one for the remainder of the week. This may mean putting a book down, muting a social media account, or simply choosing to spend less time with a person who drains your energy. This is a difficult task, but a necessary one. You cannot build a new version of yourself in a toxic environment. I have observed that your inner world creates your outer world, and the tool you use to build it is language. The words you speak to yourself and to others are not just sounds, they are creative forces. A master does not use the language of doubt, hesitation, or failure. He uses the language of certainty, decision, and action. The average man says, I'll try to do it. The master says, I will do it. The average man says, this is too hard. The master says, this is the price of progress. Your internal dialogue, the silent conversation you have with yourself, is the most important one you will ever have. It shapes your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your results. Your task for today is to become hyper-aware of your self-talk. Listen to the words you use. Do they empower you or disempower you? And when you hear the voice of doubt, you will not argue with it. You will not plead with it. You will replace it with a command. I want you to choose a simple, powerful inner script. It can be something like, I am a person of action, or my results speak for themselves, or I am relentless. Every time that voice of doubt or hesitation tries to creep in, you will immediately and forcefully replace it with your chosen phrase. This is not some vague positive thinking. This is a mental rerouting. This is you taking firm control of the creative words in your own mind. Do this, and you will find that the way you speak to yourself will begin to change the way you act in the world. Growth is not found in comfort. It is found in the very moment you step outside of it. For 5 days, you have been building a foundation, you have made a decision, you have a purpose. You have eliminated what drains you, and you have built momentum with small wins. You have audited your inner circle, and you have taken control of your thoughts. Today is the day you take a terrifying, exhilarating step. It is the day you take a definitive action that you have been avoiding out of fear. I saw this in the life of a man who was working for a large corporation. He was a brilliant mind, but he was overlooked. He was paid less than he was worth, and he knew it. He spent months planning, preparing, and making excuses not to walk into his manager's office and ask for the raise he deserved. He was terrified of the word no. He believed a refusal would somehow invalidate his entire worth. I told him this. The real failure isn't in a refusal. The real failure is in the refusal to ask. The day he finally took that uncomfortable action, he won. He got the raise. But the victory wasn't the money. The victory was the confidence he gained from knowing he was a man who could face his fears and take action anyway. Your task today is to identify one single uncomfortable action that you have been avoiding all week. It must be something that moves you toward your definite purpose. Is it making a difficult phone call? Is it sending an email to a potential client? Is it having a difficult conversation with a loved one? Whatever it is, you must commit to doing it before the day is over. This act will not just advance your goal. It will build a new belief in your mind, the unshakable belief that you are a person of action, not a prisoner of fear. Congratulations, you have arrived. This is the final day of the challenge, but it is not a finish line. It is a checkpoint. You are no longer the same person you were 7 days ago. You have proven to yourself that you are a person of action, not a prisoner of your excuses. The man you see in the mirror is no longer raw material. He is a work in progress. He has been sculpted, disciplined, and focused. He has learned to act with purpose. A true master knows that momentum is a living thing. It does not stay in one place. You must either continue to build on it or you will lose it. The purpose of this day is not to rest on your laurels, but to prepare for the journey ahead. This is where you consolidate your victories and create the blueprint for the next 7 days, and the 7 days after that. Your task for today is twofold. First, take a moment to reflect on this past week. Be honest with yourself and write down the single biggest change you have seen in your mindset or your actions. Do not minimize it. Acknowledge the victory. Second, based on this new momentum, write a simple one-sentence plan for the next 7 days. This plan should build on the success you have already created. If your goal was to write a page a day, perhaps your next goal is to write a chapter. This is how you build a life of consistent, unstoppable action. The journey never truly ends. It just gets better. My friend, the world told you to force your way. I told you to choose your way. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are an architect of your own destiny. The man you wanted to become is no longer an idea. He is a reality. And the best part, you've only just begun. Now it is time to act. Key takeaways. The first decision. You must choose to kill your excuses before you can begin. Clarity of purpose. Define one clear, measurable goal to focus all your energy. Elimination. Ruthlessly remove distractions and low-value activities. Small wins. Build momentum and discipline through daily guaranteed victories. The mastermind. Protect your mindset by auditing your influences. Language of power. Master your self-talk and replace doubt with definitive statements. Uncomfortable action. Face a fear head-on to build courage and confidence. Blueprint for tomorrow. Consolidate your gains and plan your next week to maintain momentum. Your final immediate assignment. Your single assignment is to schedule your next week. right now. Take out a calendar and block out time for your next definite purpose. Don't wait for tomorrow. Your momentum is strongest today. Do this, and the man you become next week will be even more unrecognizable than the one you became this week. The choice is yours. The time is now. Remember, your success begins the moment you decide to act.